Today on Behind the Photo we're going to be looking at the FED2, this little beauty. This is a mid-1950s rangefinder camera from the former Soviet Union. It's fully mechanical, analog. Just love this camera. What I really like about this camera is it's fully mechanical. There's no need for batteries, there's no autofocus, no auto shutter speed, no auto ISO. Everything has to be done manually. See, control your shutter speed using this dial. Control your aperture using this dial. Control your focus using this dial. And your shutter. So how do I focus using this? Well, you rotate the ring and look through the viewfinder. Because it's a rangefinder camera, when you look through the viewfinder there's a gold circle. On the gold circle there's another image, and when you rotate the dial, when the image overlaps the other image, that's you in focus. Another type of focus is zone focus. With zone focus, I would know that if I was at f8, when it's lined up with my red triangle, it would let me know that between the 8s, anything from 3 meters to 10 meters would be in focus. So how do I make sure that my photographs are correctly exposed? Well, I use the Sunny 16 rule. With the Sunny 16 rule, I've got to know film speed. In this case, I'm using a ISO 400 film. So what I would do is I'd match my film and my shutter speed. So if I'm using an ISO 400, I will set my shutter speed to 1/250th to 1/500th of a second. If I used ISO 100, I use a shutter speed of 100. If I was using an ISO film of 200, I'd use a shutter speed of 1/250th of a second. With the Sunny 16 rule, you're paying attention to your lighting. And the 3 main settings that I always take into consideration is, if it's very, very cloudy, heavy overcast, I will use an aperture of f5.6. If it's just a bit cloudy, I will use f8. And if it's a nice sunny day, I will use f16. Hence the Sunny 16 rule. So why would I use a film camera like this little beauty? Is it to be trendy? No. I've been using film for most of my life. I got my first proper DSLR camera, film camera, in the year 2000. But before that, in the 80s and 90s, I always shot film. I love the qualities that film delivers. Its imperfections, the grain. Other reasons why I use this camera is because it's engaging, it's fun to use. There's no chip inside making decisions for you. You are in complete control. You can get the picture the way you exactly want it. I find this camera also slows me down in a good way, because I've only got 36 exposures on a film, so I can't just snap halfway away. I've got to think exactly what it is I am taking a photograph of. The only bad point about this camera is the parallax error. And what parallax error is when you're looking through the viewfinder, you're not seeing exactly what is coming through the lens. So you have to take into consideration what is the lens is capturing and what you're actually seeing. When things are far away, parallax error's not a problem, but when things are close up, there is a difference between the viewfinder and what the lens sees. So that's something you have to take into consideration as well. So enough of me talking about this camera. Let's walk about the streets and see what we can find and put our skills to use.